Alrighty. So, I'm gonna do a quick demonstration of how to get Thornling Seeds for Vashj. Before I do that, I'm gonna quickly show what they actually are and explain why they're so valuable. So, you just pick these up, you loot them out of these little Warpwood Pods here in Maul. East is the best one to get them, these little Warpwood Pods on the ground. And what they do is when you click it out of your bag, it spawns a little Thornling at your feet. And what this Thornling does is it'll sit there wherever you place it, and it'll taunt. First of all, it's targetable, and it'll also taunt enemies to attack it. Why that's so good on Phase 3 of Vashj is that it will taunt players who get MC'd to attack them instead of our friends. And it'll also taunt the Spore Bats to shoot the poison at them and soak the poison bolts instead of it hitting us. Like I said in Raid, pretty much everyone that I've talked to who's killed Vashj on our server has had most of, if not all of their raid drop a Thornling for Phase 3. It's a 15-minute cooldown that's not shared with anything else, so it's not on the potion cooldown, it's not on the demonic rune or health stone cooldown, it's a completely separate cooldown. So everyone can use one during each Vashj fight, and everyone should use one during each Vashj fight during Phase 3. If we're doing just Vashj for a few hours, everyone should bring 3 stacks of these. For just a normal SSC night, bring a stack and just have a stack on you. They're soulbound, so they're not tradable, so you have to come and farm them yourselves, but I'll show you real quick how to do it in like about 15-minute run. I got 2 stacks of these, so it's a super quick thing to farm out, and if you want to just farm out a bunch of them, you can group yourself with an alt, like I did here with my priest on another box, and just reset yourself, or just have someone group you with an alt that's on the same account, and you can reset yourself to get back out and do it again. What you want to do is, first of all, if you've never been to Darmal or don't know where it is, it's in Feralis, so just fly from Thunderbluff down to Camp Mohachi, run over to the west here, and head into Dire Maul. It'll be the eastern portal. You want to go into Dire Maul East, and you'll zone in right here. Once you're in here, start the timer real quick. Show you how easy this is. All of these mobs are level 54 to 56 about. So they have a really short aggro range with the exception of these Warpwood Crushers. These big tree boys have a pretty significant aggro range, so do pay attention to those. Everything else you can pretty much just walk up to. So as you just saw, I walked up to that Warpwood Pod right there, and it didn't let me interact with it, didn't let me click it. Not all of them are lootable. It's pretty much just RNG how many of them are lootable, and you'll either get one that you can just right click on and loot, and everyone that is lootable will give you a Thornling Seed. But if it's not lootable, it'll either spawn lashers like that, it will cast entangling roots on you like a druid, or it'll spawn a little poison cloud that kind of does damage to you if you stand in it, or it'll just do nothing and disappear. So you want to just kind of run through DM East here, and this is the route that after 3 runs I've found is the easiest way to do it. It's not here. You can just hop down right behind this guy and he doesn't care. Loot this pod here, or not, get lashers. Go around the back here. And just keep on running. If you don't want to watch all 15 minutes of, or however long this ends up being, you can just fast forward through this and kind of get an idea of the route. That one also is nothing. This one's lootable. Okay, so you'll see. You loot it, Thornling Seed. Once you get to here, you don't want to go down that hallway. You can just run up right past these lashers here, so that you don't aggro that big tree right there. And you'll jump down onto the path here into the Conservatory, which if you did DM East jump runs back during Classic at all, you'll be very familiar with. Down in this room, there are no big trees with big aggro ranges, but there are these 3 packs of Warpwood Stompers, these little treants that kind of patrol across the room. There's this pat right here. There are 2 more right about here on the other side of this tree. And then there's 2 or 3 more on the other side of the room. But there are pods back here. This guy's going to be lootable. There's one right over there next to old Ironbark. There's one over there. Old Ironbark is safe. The aggro range on these, is, like I said, is way lower than it was in Classic or in Vanilla Classic, so just make sure that they don't walk directly into you, but you can get pretty close to them without aggroing. Like, see, I'm gonna just walk right in front of these guys and they don't care. Well, there isn't a pod back here, so wouldn't advise doing that anyway. Don't believe there are any back there. There is one right up here by these lashers, though. Out here. Nope. It's gonna pop. So that was the poison cloud. And you'll come through the front here. Herbalist, you can pick some flowers too. That one's nothing. There's one right in the middle there, right where those guys pat. So you want to let them pat away before you go loot that one, otherwise they will aggro you. Up. One right up here. It's going to be lootable, but those guys are coming right through. There's another one back there. Those guys turn around right there. There's another one over here. So you can see there's a lot of these pods in DM East. So as long as you kind of route yourself properly to the pods and lashers, you can hit a lot of these in just one lockout. And I've found so far that one lockout takes about 15 minutes to run through if you know where all of the pods are and kind of run through the way that I'm doing it. There is a stealth mob right here. His name is Invisible. Should keep an eye out for him. In these kind of these little passageways between rooms is usually where you'll find the stealth mobs. Again, you can get pretty close to them without pulling. There's another one right here. And the stealth mobs are super easy to kill. These satyrs, all of the satyrs have a chance of dropping demonic runes. So if you're a caster or a healer that chugs dark and demonic runes, you can combine your Dema rune farm with the Thornling seed farm. There's a pod right there that I didn't see, but popped. There's one right here. Nothing. Here. Hydrospawn in his pool here is a boss. You can also get really close to him without pulling. Wouldn't recommend pulling him though. so I can get to this. So see, you can get up close to this guy without pulling these imps. You don't want to. There's one there, there's one over here. I don't know if it's just luck or if it's actually higher rate, but the rate of seeds in this room and the next room seems to be a little higher than up in the out in the conservatory, but that might just be a string of luck. You do not want to go up this ramp on the north. There are no Thornlings or no Warpwood Pods up by Zevrim, the boss that's up there. You can drop dark runes though, I'm pretty sure, and there's a satyr, an invisible satyr that pats up that the ramp to get there that can also drop dark runes or demonic runes. There's a stealth pad on this ramp as well, so just hang to the side unless you want to kill him. Once you're at the top here, just do a kind of clockwise lap of this room. There's no pods at the top of this ramp, just a boss. I think she drops a cool hat though. Is she the one that drops? No, it's someone else. This one's gonna be lootable. Whether or not these are lootable is, again, pure RNG. There's no point in setting yourself to RP walk onto them. Just kind of get to the edge of their range and hope you can click it where it pops. Alright, so there's a couple more out this way. Tubers, because I don't want them. So, there's one here, and then there are 3 more before you're done. There's none directly to the left. Watch out for this pressure right here. You can dodge him by just tugging the wall here and heading across. There's nothing to the left. There are 3 more to the right here, or there's been one there, so I guess they're not always in the same spots, but there's one there, and there's one that can spawn right there. I've gotten it the last 2 resets. For these 2 though, you do have to kill this guy. It's not hard to kill him at all. But here, we'll show you his aggro range. So aggro's right there. And you can kill him pretty easily. At 70, I'm gonna say any class, even a healer. There's a pot in here. Nope, not lootable. This one is. And then there has been one there, but it's not cooperating. Or I guess it's not there this time. Charge the squirrel, and you're done here. So at this point, you can have someone reset you. Run. If you don't have a reset, the entrance is right over there, so you can just run all the way around this upper platform back to the entrance, or there's a back entrance portal through the doorway over there. which I can run and show you real quick. But at this point, if you have an ult that can reset you, just have him do that. But as you can see, that only took 12 minutes to run through that whole thing, and that was kind of slow because I was talking through it. And I got, let's see, I had these 3 already. I think I got 2 stacks again. I think I had those as well. So they stack up to 5, got 2 stacks. So it's a pretty easy farm. If you're running out, just stay on the very outer edge of this, unless you want to kill these big boys. No, it's not going to be cool if I don't this guy. No. Get a bonus 1 out of this. So if you run out and kill these guys, you can get 1 or 2 more. But like I said, it's probably faster to just reset yourself once you get up to the squirrel that I brutally murdered. So this guy's gonna aggro, and so are those treants, which I just don't want to deal with. Stun immune? What is this shit? Oh my god. You're gonna kill me, aren't we? Bam. So, you go out this way, just run straight for the portal. Unless you're a warlock, which if you are, just seed them. So, that's that. Super easy. Super easy. Just make sure you have enough bank space for these, which that's actually going to be a problem for me. Because, that's my bank. This will spit you out the back of the sort of entry hallway into the courtyard. Where am I? Yeah. So it's all the way off to the east there. So when you come into Dire Maul from Alice, you'll come in through over here. And you come into the Broken Commons here, and then the Dire Maul East. Instance portal is right over there. There's no key for DM East. You do need a key to get into DM North or DM West. If you want to get an Ogre Tannin, or to get one of the Ogre suits, which is also useful for Phase 3 of Lady Vashj, or just Vashj in general. For melee, because it increases your hitbox to ogre size, and you can melee striders outside of their fear range, which is super nice. And you're back inside, so make sure you reset the engines before you come back in. But yeah, you'll get yourself some Thornling Seeds so we can kill Vashj.